there, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's get you a little clarity. We're going to start with what you don't know. This is the unspoken truth. We'll go to the divine truth. Let's get you some truth today. This reading's timeless and collective, so see what feels like it fits, like it resonates, and always follow and trust the divine guidance in you, to your higher self, to God, to source, to the universe, because the answer is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so all of your decisions are sound and based in love for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive right on in. Let's see what God, source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, wow, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Woo! I mean, it looks like you're grabbing onto a curtain or grabbing onto some rods, some passionate energy. It says what you are searching for, this is really powerful to start the reading, might not be what you truly want. So you have to be more open-ended here. You have to look at something through a different viewpoint. It looks like maybe what you needed in the past maybe was suitable for a certain lesson you went through, but there's something that wants to come in and it's not what you expect. It's not who you expect. So definitely expect the unexpected here. There might be somebody that you are not considering or not in your life yet that actually might be better suited for who you are becoming, somebody you can grow with. And also what I'm getting, what you need right now. So let's go right to the divine truth. Let's see what you're searching for might not be what you truly want. I feel like for some of you, you're not going to be aware of what you truly want until you see something really different right next to you in your energy. I feel like there is going to be an aha moment in a conversation. So let's see. I'm also feeling like some of you have somebody around you you already know, you just don't know them that well. And maybe that's going to be an aha moment. You know, when you kind of have a, you know, somebody sort of familiar, an acquaintance, you sort of know them, but you never really had a deep conversation. I feel like there's going to be a chance to have a deeper conversation that will bring a deeper connection with a certain person you actually already have in your life. You just weren't aware how suited you were for one another until that moment, that epiphany. I just heard that smile. All right, so maybe somebody has a really nice smile or laugh. So I have half of this. What is an extra message helpful right now for who is coming in or who is going to fulfill a deeper purpose in your life? What would be helpful to know? Please and thank you. That somebody is coming out of an illusion. I feel like that's kind of like the epiphany, because this came out upside down. So maybe you thought somebody was a certain way until you really get to know them, and that can go both ways. There can be somebody you actually thought was amazeballs, and maybe you see a lot of potential in someone, but you kind of keep letting them, keep ignoring the red flags, or letting them get away with something a little bit too often, or, you know, one too many times, 20 too many times. So maybe it's you that has to come out of this illusion land and see somebody for who they are. What is that quote? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. I also feel like you haven't gotten the chance to really see who someone else is, because I feel like there is somebody that's more amazing than you gave them credit for, or you had time to allow that unfolding with. So it says lies and illusion hold them back from seeing the truth. Well, that's what we're trying to get to here, is the truth. And somebody was unable to see reality. So maybe somebody was living in fantasy land. Maybe somebody was projecting all of those dreams and fantasies about the future, but never made steps to actually have them happen or unfold. It does look like somebody wants to come out of this illusion. I feel like mostly you should come out of the illusion. And I am getting neutral energy with that. Maybe somebody also likes yellow. It's a very bright yellow polka dotted blazer or, you know, coat that somebody's wearing. I also feel like there might be a lot of chaos around somebody, where that could be others creating illusions. You know, if somebody is really affected by how others' belief systems are, or how they see a situation, or how they see them, that could be like creating more of an illusion than needs to be. Lies and illusions hold them back. Yeah, I mean, maybe they're telling themselves lies. Maybe they're telling you lies. What's that, Little Lies? Is that Fleetwood Mac? Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me, yeah, it's definitely Fleetwood Mac. Let's see, clarity on illusion. Why is illusion coming out? I'm gonna put this whole thing together now. Tell us about the illusion. I also feel like somebody's illusion is going to be broken pretty soon. I did see somebody kind of watching you. So maybe somebody's trying to get to know you a little bit better. Maybe you had your eye on a certain person. You're kind of curious about them, but something never got off the ground, or you never really even had a first date. There's definitely somebody, I feel like, from the past that is watching you. I feel like for some of you, they're watching you glow up, move on, do your own thing. Come out of a stormy situation, or you were always the eye or the peace or the calm in what felt stormy around them. Maybe you saw the truth, but somebody kept pulling the wool over their own eyes. I feel like if that was the case, you walked away from the illusions. I'm definitely getting that you're doing something in your life that somebody's impressed by. Whether this is a person from the past or a new person coming in, could even be somebody you work with. If you have something that's outside of what you do for a job, I feel like somebody is impressed by your skill or your talent, or something that you're kind of getting something you do on your own time. I also feel like you look good, or you really look good to somebody in particular, and I am kind of getting more than one person. Checking on your social media has become a new daily habit of theirs. So maybe you got a nosy pants in the house. Maybe you got a nosy pants outside the house. Maybe they don't know what's going on in your house and they're trying to get more info on you. Let's see. Clarity on watching. Yeah, look at what you got. You got that fantasy. Someone's definitely in La La Land. But whoever's having this fantasy here, this is somebody who does want a future with you. This is not somebody who's, just pulling out the big words to impress you. Over here, whoever this is, they're watching you for a different purpose. They're watching you because I heard right away, they were picturing what your kids look like, or how you would get along with their family, or what they're going to say to their family about you. It's somebody that wants vacations. They're thinking about where you would live. They want it all with you. Somebody's fantasizing about the future, but if they're just in fantasy land over here, or just watching from afar over here, or stuck in the swirl of illusion over here, it does look like, I feel like you're exactly what somebody was looking for, but I am also getting that they didn't know what they wanted until they found you. There's a song, Till I Found the One, Georgia. The guy that his name is something Sanchez. He has that like old school 1950s voice. But maybe that's how you feel too. You didn't even know you'd have fantasies about a certain person until you met them, or until your conversations got deeper. I'm fantasizing about our future. This is our, not just theirs. So do recognize if you have somebody new in your life and they don't just have conversations like, oh, I would love to go to blah, blah, blah. But they casually say, we should go to, or one day when we. If they always say we, pay attention to that person. I also feel like some of you need to, I saw a guy, and I don't even know why I watched it. It was a video, and it said, it was something about how to know if this is the one. But it was a dude's perspective, so I probably shouldn't have been watching it. But it was just this like tough guy, and he was like, ask yourself these hard, kind of gonna ruffle your feathers sort of questions. And One, I'm kind of, I don't know if I can remember them all, but one was just, for instance, if you said, hey honey, I want to move to this city someday. He was comparing his now wife to his former girlfriend and the difference, because he still wanted to move to a certain city. So he was recognizing the difference between the two. The former girlfriend said, why are you gonna leave me? Or do you really want to go away? And how come you do that? And her immediate response was that he could see she did not foresee a future together, or that subconsciously did not come out in the way she reacted. Whereas the one that was, oh, it's giving me goosies to say this, I hope it's helpful. The one that became his wife, when he mentioned, hey honey, I think I want to move to like either this state or this state. And she was like, let's book a ticket. Let's go look at both cities and see what you think. And her immediate response was like, she was, you know, she's on board, literally. Let's go see how we feel in both places. And he knew, you know, that was the one. I am getting the one. Also, another question was, if you lost all of, male or female, if you lost all your money tomorrow, how would that person react? And it's the person that's with you because they believe in you. It's not somebody that's, you know, we're not getting into like somebody sitting like a bum and not doing anything. This is more like an overall general question. You know, if something happened and you had to get back on your feet, is this person somebody who would support you? Would they believe in you, that they know that you could get back up on your feet? Or would they book it? So I don't know why those are the only two questions I can think of. Oh, and does this person make you laugh? Do they make you laugh? Because when you laugh, you're really in the now. When you just sort of get along and you get each other's humor. So I am getting there's somebody coming in, their humor might be different than you're used to. Maybe somebody's kind of sarcastic, or I don't know. I'm kind of getting, I don't know why I just thought of like British humor. Maybe somebody's from the UK, or they just kind of have a different humor, but you get them, or you really like it. I am getting somebody's kind of quick. You know, maybe they just like come back quick. I'm also getting somebody that can take any, I am getting somebody that can take anything they say and sort of make it dirty. So that's kind of cute. Maybe that's you. All right, let's see. This reading is going to be a little shorter today. I do have to skedaddle. So let's get one more from the Divine Truth. What else would be helpful on what you're searching for might not be what you thought you wanted? There was somebody in illusion land and that was holding them back or causing some chaos or confusion. Somebody's watching you, or somebody wants to watch. I'm also getting that somebody, while they're right in front of you, is having these fantasies. I mean, maybe they are undressing you in their mind, but I am getting that somebody loves your eyes, or somebody likes the way your face moves. Maybe that's even how you feel about a certain person. I'm kind of getting that somebody's sort of quirky. So let's see. I'm also getting that somebody's very different than their photograph. Not like this, like, you know, when you see somebody move and how they move, but somebody's photo. So maybe somebody before was very photoshopped or had a lot of the filters. You know, they look like they were 25 years ago and still better. And you see them in person, you're like, oh, it doesn't quite. That's a little I am getting catfishing thing where somebody doesn't quite match their picture, but I'm getting whoever you are falling for, whoever you are in fantasy land with, because I do feel like some of you have shared fantasies here, especially if you are going to have a future together. You better have fair, I heard fair, Freudian slip, fair. So fair fantasies or shared fantasies together. I feel like somebody becomes more and more beautiful, like the real them. So what is one more? One more, please, from the Divine Truth. And somebody's in gratitude that they met you. They're thankful for you, and you're a priority. So this is not somebody who's making you second fiddle. This is not somebody who's making you an option. Whoever this is, if somebody made you an option, this is somebody who knows you're the one. You're not placed on a higher or lower pedestal. You're walking together on your hoverboard here. You are no longer an option. I also feel like if somebody had other options, even if it just was being independent, all of a sudden their option, the only thing they see is you. I am making you a priority. If somebody had other things, meaning busy schedule, lots to do in everyday land, their world, their work, whatever, somebody is fitting you into their schedule because that's the time they're thankful for. I also feel like this is somebody who's, I just heard, got it going on. But this is somebody who's also in a positive pride about what they're working on, what they do. Maybe this is somebody that had to come back into balance or gained a lot of balance, or that's who you're connecting to because you had some time to find your own balance, to start to live your own fantasies, not being a fantasy, but being reality. Because when you're doing what you love, you're enjoying your own company, you're going to find a match that also loves who they are. Not somebody who's, I'm getting, needing you to bring them happiness. I feel like it's just happiness all over. I'm thankful to have you in my life for both the small and the large things that you do. So this is remembering how they like their coffee. This is the moments that you laugh. This is, I see you picking something up for them at the store. But it's also that maybe I see that uplifting energy. Maybe you always do uplift them when they fall off their hoverboard. That you do see somebody's potential. But I am getting that it's not where, whoever this is, I'm not getting the one you saw potential and they never really followed through with it. I'm getting somebody who has potential and they choose to revamp themselves, to constantly have this growth because maybe they're inspired by you or you inspire one another, because I see you growing together. I see you moving forward together. I feel like you're both thinking here with the energy of love, but I am getting unconditional love. You are no longer an option. I'm making you a priority, and it's somebody whose actions match their words. That's what you should pay attention to. Does somebody live in authenticity? They say something and they follow through. Even if something happens and they have to set a rain date, something didn't work out according to plan, but they own up to their mistakes. They try to do better. They follow through with the rain date. I'm even getting somebody that says thank you. Somebody who has gratitude overall in how they how they deal with other people other than you. If you see somebody thankful to the waiter, thankful to the people around them, in this energy of gratitude, I'm definitely getting somebody that has a high vibration. Hi, baby, what you doing? So let's get you something else. Let's get you a divine timing card. Yeah. Let's see about, the timing. Timing is weird. Sometimes time doesn't feel like it exists at all. But let's see generally what you would be looking at as far as a timeline. What is a timeline to know about? Thankful, fantasizing, watching, illusion, and searching for something that's different from what you wanted today or in the past. You have July. So depending on when you watch this, maybe somebody even has a July birthday. For some of you, maybe something started to change in July, or you have a lot of time right now because this is being filmed in September. You have a lot of time between now and July, I heard, to really get to know somebody or to solidify a partnership, or maybe even just to meet someone if some of you have been alone for a while, or I'm actually getting a separation. If there's a separation, you definitely need time to heal, to make some big changes in your life. But July is important, so let's get another one. What's another divine timing? That flipped back, so I'm not going to take it. What is a divine timing besides July to look towards. I also feel like some of you had a moment in July, but that moment got put on hold, or you met somebody in July, but you just thought it was a new acquaintance. I'm getting you didn't realize how important July was. I'm also getting, for some of you, that was something that happened in July that you'll find out later you'll be really grateful for, but you weren't aware of it. Because even here, it does look like there's a curtain. I feel like maybe something happened you didn't see. Clarity. And now you have November. This came through also in like a few readings ago in the tea leaf. There's definitely an extra November message here. November birthday, you meet somebody in November. November makes all the difference. Maybe something between November and July, or July and November. And there's something about next month, whenever you're watching this. So look out for those as far as timing goes. And let's go to the tarot. Let's just see what's going on and get you a little more clarity. Let's ask what your current energy is. What is the energy currently for you? I also have to look at the time. It's 2:22. Maybe the number 222. Actually, let's get you an angel number before I do this, because I did hear angel number when I looked at that. Let's see what an angel number is. Angel number, helpful for you right now. Please and thank you. What's an angel number? 565. There's a shift in the energy, a change in the wind. Take a look at your life and see which areas need to be shifted and shifted to bring you more joy. If you're in the energy of more joy, doesn't have to be every day is rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns, but if, you know, it's not the whole day, you need to be the one to schedule in something that you've been maybe fantasizing about that brings you joy. I ran out of room again. I think I found out what's going on though. I think I started recording all these in HD and it's taking up all the space in my phone. So let's continue. What brings you joy? Because if you're in that energy more and more and more and more, your vibration will change, and the beautiful things that want to gravitate into your life will be attracted to you because of your energy, because you're enjoying yourself. It's actually a lot of times when you are not looking for love. I don't know why I just thought of that song, Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. That actually makes a lot of sense. Looking for love in too many faces, hoping to find something that traces what I'm dreaming of. So you have to do a little homework here, a little homework of joy. Take the time to reassess your where is it? It's underneath the deck. Reassess your priorities and create a plan for yourself. Now my iPad ran out of juice. Everything is happening. And my mom's pulling up. Hold on one sec. My goodness, I feel like it's a countdown today. I looked at that at 111. So let's just jump to the tarot. Let's get you a little bit of clarity. Let's see what your current energy is. What is the current energy of the collective? What was that? That it looked like the Ten of Swords. Ooh, it's a harsh card. When this comes out, it's because you don't want any situations like that happening anymore, which means you have to learn from what you went through, especially if that's what you thought you wanted. I mean, that's not a happy card. But if it's like this, it means all of those energies that were maybe, I just heard lies of omission. Meaning you do have somebody that was in illusions over here. Maybe they just, for some of you, maybe they told you lie after lie. Maybe they believed their own lies. But I feel like there's definitely a shift. And if that was what you were focusing on before, there definitely has to be healing. But there has to be a release of this ending, because quite frankly, it doesn't get worse than that. So sometimes you have to hit really like rock bottom to really reassess your life, to look at like, hey, something over there was definitely not working. So let's refocus on what is. what's not that energy. But sometimes you have to have that dichotomy. You have to know what's really shitty to really embrace and be thankful for what's amazeballs, or who is amazeballs. Be thankful for you. Because when you go through rough situations like this, you learn the most about yourself. You learn to set new healthy boundaries for yourself. You learn how valuable you are. You see who didn't value you, and you don't accept less than you deserve in the future. So let's look at a peek into the future. What should you be aware of that you don't see? That you're going to be healing. Or maybe this is even how somebody feels about losing you. Because I am getting that some of you have moved on, and you know, you're thankful for a new chapter, or there's somebody coming in that's super thankful for you. I feel like it's really easy with someone, whereas over here, maybe it was really hard. It could also be somebody was crying over spilt milk, making a mountain out of a molehill, but somebody could actually be mourning and really going through it. Maybe somebody's mourning the loss of you. You've already healed, you're moving on. That could also be why somebody's watching you. So if that's somebody that is keeping an eye on you to see what you're doing, it could be somebody really going through it, but maybe they went through it a little too late. What is that phrase? Too little, too late. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. If the Five of Cups is the other way around, somebody's recognizing that maybe all those relationships or that situation, maybe something spilled, maybe that didn't work out, but if this person turns around, there's two cups. There's a Two of Cups right there, as long as somebody changes the angle they were looking at. So maybe something is, you know, I'm getting right around the corner or right where you weren't looking before, but when you have those two full cups there, somebody has to be willing to take hold of something, but I feel like there's an offer, actually. I also feel like somebody may have been holding back an offer because they were really hurt, or they were healing, or they were even a little nervous to offer their heart again. I feel like you calm their nerves. I see you as the eye of the storm again. Maybe you didn't even meet a certain person because they were going through a situation for sure, or you were. And that needs time. Don't force time to unfold before it's ready, or for somebody to heal before it's natural. Clarify the Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Oosh, harsh at the end here, but let's just get one more and then see what's at the bottom. Yeah, there's an ending. You got death. You're about to work on something different, or there's somebody that loves working with you. You're looking at who values your skills. I also get that this is somebody really willing to work on a partnership. There is definitely somebody that didn't, guess what came through here? Illusions. Maybe somebody did make you an option. Maybe somebody chose wrong. Maybe somebody had to make some wrong choices to know that something is absolutely their number one choice. This is, you know, illusions, delusions, the 7 deadly sins, confusion, smoke and mirrors, not knowing what to do. You go with the one that you feel is the best. And if you go with that one, you're like, that was the wrong one. Then you delete that option and you go with the next thing that really feels right. These could be timing things too. Like different relationships or different personalities. Like that one kind of felt right at this point in your life until it didn't feel right anymore. And then something else felt like the right choice. But I am kind of getting that somebody was definitely stuck in illusion land. Maybe, you know, the smoke and mirrors were created around their friends or their family or outside circumstances. They never thought that, you know, somebody could be as amazing as you. But this is somebody who's diving deep, letting something go. Definitely reprioritizing their life choices and the direction they're going. This is the card for me that whispers, live. You're here now. So what are you doing that makes you feel alive, like you're thriving? If you're keeping one foot in a past cycle, especially if it was over a year, where you're constantly crying or always being stabbed in the back or not appreciated, not prioritized, then what can you start to work on today that's you choosing you? And once you choose you, you're going to find that somebody else chooses you as well, but also that you choose them. Don't keep one foot in the dark tunnel. Look towards the light that's ahead. Sometimes you got to go through that dark night of the soul or the dark tunnel to really recognize how bright that light is. And sometimes that light takes a little bit of adjustment if you've been in the dark. Allow that adjustment to unfold naturally. If you realize that you were working really hard and somebody was only putting in half the effort, 1%, whatever it is, I feel like you're pulling back that energy and looking to where it's an equal exchange of effort to build a partnership. Also, extra message, some of you may meet somebody that you might meet them at work, or somehow related to or because of work, you end up meeting this person. Maybe even through somebody at work, some of you meet this person. I'm also getting that some of you might be running an errand that has to do with work, and that might be where you meet this person. So with this, I bid you adieu, because I do have to go, and I can't even look at what time it is, but let's just get you one more, of course. From choice is the most powerful tool you have. Every choice you make shuts some doors, but also opens several doors, bringing you new experiences into your life. That's what you're going to have. It says, look forward to the new experiences. Don't waste all your energy on what is done and gone. At any given time, you have all these time cards. At any given time, you can change the direction of your life. You are only one choice away. And I feel like what you're choosing has changed. What somebody else is choosing has changed. And I'm also getting there's somebody who's really pissed off at themselves that they didn't choose you when they had the chance. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.